Good evening. Today is July 4th, 2020, and July 4th is the date on which United States of America celebrates its Independence Day, meaning today is the Independence Day of United States of America. Now the point is that when America got independence, please remember America got independence in the year 1776. America got independence in the year 1776, and till that time America was a colony of British, meaning British was ruling those areas, and finally it got independence in the year 1776, and that America framed its own constitution, and that constitution came into effect in the year 1789. 1789. Please remember this is very important. Basically America is a very powerful nation. That is the reason why American president is always there in the news. Maybe today it is Donald Trump, right? In the previous years it was Obama, or anybody else, or in the future somebody may else come into the picture. But America is always important because from the beginning this is a very powerful nation, and it plays a role of big brother in the world. Now, when it comes to these 2 points, which are very important, since America is always there in the news, you have to remember America got independence in the year 1776, and its constitution came into effect in 1789. Fine. So these are the few points related to United States of America. Now I'll open the document and I will also show you some other points that are related to our current affairs. Stay tuned. Look at this. Look at this. In which of the following year America got independence? Just now we have discussed. Answer is option B, that is 1776. Right? So from here we'll be moving ahead. Look at this. We'll be moving ahead. That is 1776. And another important thing, when did American Constitution came into effect? When did American Constitution came into effect? Just now we have discussed, and the answer is 1789. 1789. So C is the answer. Now another important point, please look at this. COPE India is the name of. COPE India is the name of. It's an exercise between India and United States of America, air exercise between India and Russia, air exercise between India and Australia, and navy exercise between India and USA. Very important. Kindly see here, option A and option D are different. In option A we are saying air exercise between India and United States of America. D, navy exercise between India and USA. Kindly see here, whenever it comes to India or any other country, we'll go for the joint exercises. Maybe navy, maybe this air force, like this, these are called joint exercises. That will show the strength of these two nations to the world, meaning that is an expression of extending cooperation as far as the military is concerned. And this is a very regular phenomenon. It happens between India and United States of America. It happens between India and Japan. Like this, various countries perform such type of exercises. Clear? And for quite long period of time. Australia is also requesting India to go for a joint military exercise. Right? All these days India did not accept for this. Now the situation has arisen, time has arisen, that India is wishing to go ahead with a joint military exercise even with Australia. Am I clear? Very important. This is all because of the the Chinese trial of intrusion into Indian territory. Right? Yesterday you might have observed the Prime Minister of India very boldly landed on Ladakh, and he gave a message to entire India and he gave, this is supporting and motivating statements to our Indian army. So this is how a prime minister has to function, right? So he is trying to lead from the front, right? So like this, this is one side. And apart from this, when we come back to our military exercises, so these are a very very common phenomenon. But now you have a question here, and what should be the answer for that? Let's have a look at this, right? So COPE India is the name of, look at this, answer is A, that is, it's an air exercise between India and United States of America. Please remember this. COPE India is a series of international air force exercises between the Indian Air Force and the United States Air Force, conducted on and over Indian soil. Clear? So this is important. Please remember. Not only this, in future, whenever you come across regarding any military exercise between India and any other country, please make a point of that. That may be a possible question in the forthcoming examination. Now, look at this next one. Another very important one. Consider the following statements with respect to Aditya L1. We have discussed regarding Aditya L1 in the earlier classes too. Now we need to find out what are the statements that are related to Aditya L1 are incorrect. Clear? Now, it is India's first solar mission. So let me just make a change here. Select the correct statement. Right. It is India's first solar mission. Yes, very much right. B. Aditya L1 satellite will be placed on the halo orbit around the Lagrangian point 1, that is called L1, of the Sun Earth system. That is also right. C. It will study the sun's outermost layers, the corona and the chromospheres, and collect data about coronal mass ejection. A, B, C, all the three statements are absolutely right. Clear? So now we are asked to select the correct statement. Only A, only 2, only 3. All the three are correct. So obviously answer should be option D. Am I clear? Very, very, very important. And such type of questions will play a very crucial role in the examination with respect to getting a mark. Unless you have a clear-cut idea on this, will not be getting a mark. That is the reason why please pay very good attention. Clear? So now I said option D is the answer, meaning all the statements are right. Look at this. Aditya L1 is India's first solar mission. It will study the sun's outermost layers, the corona and the chromospheres, and collect data about coronal mass ejection, which will also yield information for space weather prediction. Aditya L1 satellite will be placed in the halo orbit around the Lagrangian point 1 of the Sun Earth system. Right? The same things. Now, this is the answer, that is option D is the answer. All the statements that were shown are right. Now, next one. Another very important question. Which country ranked first in the world press freedom? Right? If you look at India, our press always stresses about the freedom of press. Clear? And the Constitution of India is permitting for the freedom of free speech and expression. And under the same provisions, the press is also acting in India. Press should be not just in India, any country in the world. Every country is expected to provide lots of freedom to the press. Clear? But otherwise, what will happen? Whenever press is going against the government or any particular institutions, by pointing out their loopholes or mistakes, then they are trying to take the revenge on those institutions. It is not just in India, but it's happening throughout the world. But the basic concept throughout the world is that you have to provide the maximum freedom to the press, so that the freedom should be allowed to express freely whatever is happening in the society, that should be reached to the people without any changes or delusions. Very important one. That is the reason why when I read the newspaper, or when you read the newspaper, we expect that the information that is published in the newspaper is right. And whatever I hear in the news while watching the TV, obviously I expect, you also expect that, so that information is right. And that information should not be biased, that information should not be one-sided. That is the reason why the role of the press in any country is very important. Because, as an individual, so we cannot go and survey everywhere. That responsibility is performed by the press. Clear? And there are so many countries in the world where the freedom of press is being curbed. And in India also, we raise this particular topic very, very frequently. Right? Now the point is that according to the latest report, which country ranked at the first position? Clear? First position as far as the freedom of press is concerned. Clear? That is the question. We'll see the answer now. Similarly, when it comes to India, that is also important. Tomorrow there may be a question. What is the rank of India in the world freedom of press? It may also be a question. Right? So now let's have a look at that. Look at this. Which country ranked first in world press freedom? 1, 2, 3, 4. Denmark, Norway, Finland, and Canada. Please make a note. Norway. Option B. Norway is the country that is ranked first in the world press freedom. Right? Option B is the answer. Look at this. Now, World Press Freedom Index is published annually by the Reporters Without Borders. The World Press Freedom Index measures the level of media freedom in 180 countries, almost entire world. It is based on an evaluation of media freedom that measures pluralism, media independence, and the quality of the legal framework and the safety of journalists. Clear? Did you ever hear that in India some journalists are attacked? Yes. If they are attacked for the reasons for their publications. Whatever the matter they have published, that was not liked by some political parties, and they are resorting to these revenge activities. Clear? It also includes indicators of the level of media freedom violations in each region. And as far as 2020 index is concerned, Norway is at the first position. Norway is at the first position, and at the second position you have another nation that is called Finland. But where are we? Where are we? India is ranked at 142nd position. 142. Kindly remember this. Now, please think on this. Where is Norway at number 1, and where are we, the largest democratic country in the world, where the Constitution mentions very clearly, regarding the freedom of speech and expression, that is also permitting the press to express itself very, very freely. But where are we? Right? So these are the things that you need to, this remember. Right? Now, please remember which is the country at the top position, and where is India? India is at 142nd position. Now, look at this, another important one. Which of the following is implementing Pradhan Mantri Jan Vikas Karyakram? Ministry of Minority Affairs, Ministry of HRD, Human Resource Development, or Ministry of Women and Child Development or Niti Aayog? Answer is Ministry of Minority Affairs. Look at this. Multi-sectoral development program was revamped as Pradhan Mantri Jan Vikas Karyakram in May 2018. Earlier it was MSDP, now it is Pradhan Mantri Jan Vikas Karyakram. This is a centrally sponsored scheme that seeks to provide better socio-economic infrastructure facilities to the minority communities, particularly in the field of education, health and skill development, which would further lead to the lessening of the gap between the national average and the minority communities. Clear? And the restructured scheme is to be implemented by the Ministry of Minority Affairs. Right? So, my dear friends, whatever we are discussing, everything is important. Right? And another important notice to you, information to you rather, from tomorrow onwards. Tomorrow is July 5th, 2020. From tomorrow onwards, we are going to start Environment and Disaster Management subject. And this batch is exclusive for IAS 2021 prelims. And so far we have already conducted Indian economy successfully as per the schedule. Started on June 1st, ended on June 30th, completed whole syllabus very effectively, very systematically. And that is done. Now we are going ahead for Environment and Disaster Management for IAS 2021. And the students who are still interested to join, admissions are still open. You may please join. In order to join, please open our site www.onlineias.com. onlineias.com. There you can kindly look for IAS 2021. Click on that. There you can see prelims. Please click on that and you will find all the details. Clear? And if anybody wants to join for the economy, which has already been done, you are most welcome, and all the classes will be available to you till you finish your preliminary examination of 2021. Right? And another important thing, we have also launched current affairs, exclusive current affairs for IAS 2021 prelims. Clear? Though we are saying it is prelims, in fact that is covering larger areas with in-depth study and in-depth analysis. That is the reason why whatever we are doing, that will be helpful for the preliminary examination as well as the main examination. Those classes have been started on May 25th, 2020. Right? And never it is late to join this program. You are most welcome. Clear? And after this environment and disaster management, which is going to be started from July 5th onwards. After that, we'll be starting, geography, history, science and technology, polity, right? CSAT, all the papers for the preliminary examination, all the subjects for the preliminary examination will be covered for both paper 1 as well as paper 2. Fine. And starting from November 1st, 2020, we are going to initiate the mains, right? Mains writing, answer writing, which is the core as far as, the success is concerned. That we are going to start from November 1st onwards. Fine. So keep looking at our website www.onlineias.com, and you will get all the details from time to time. Thank you so much. Take very good care, and I'll see you in the next class. Thank you.